hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Chapter 46. And I gotta go ahead and say right now, guys, like, one of the things that I've been kind of talking to you guys about the possibility about is whether or not there are gonna be some hard decisions that need to be made in the Boruto manga going forward. So for the anime only fans, this is gonna be the time of the month where I am gonna be talking about spoilers. So I thank you for your support. And with that being said, if you are still here, I'm going to assume that you are okay with me talking about spoilers. Now, here's the fact of the matter, okay? So in the Boruto manga, we're at a situation where we're seeing Naruto's two lives kind of clash onto one another. So we're in a situation where we have Naruto's two lives essentially coming to a head. So you have the first situation where Naruto is the Hokage. Naruto's Hokage has to put the best interests of the village as well as the five great nations, has put them forward. And then you also have the scenario where Naruto is a father, and as a father he just got the worst news that you could ever get, which is essentially your son is dying. Your son is dying, and as of right now there's no way to reverse it. It's inevitable. And you know, I can talk personally from having lost people. I can talk personally from going through loss right now. It's never easy to say goodbye. It's never easy to say goodbye, and it's never easy to look at somebody you love and say it's okay to stop fighting. It's never easy. And so being able to let go is one of those things where you show somebody how much you love them by accepting the inevitable. And yet at the same time, for Naruto's Hokage, Naruto also understands that, you know, potentially killing Boruto is going to be the thing that's going to be needed to stop Momoshiki from being able to reincarnate and potentially be stronger than ever before. And yet Naruto as a father will not allow that to happen. So now you have a perfect internal struggle between Hokage Naruto and Naruto the father. And what I really like about this is that when you go back to Naruto as a character, the one thing that we all agree upon is the fact that Naruto doesn't give up. Where there's a way, where there's a 0.0001% chance Naruto will fight, and he will claw and he will scratch and scream and do everything he needs to do in order to prevent that seemingly cemented fate from actually happening. And that's something you have to admire. That's something you have to admire, because where other people would have to give up, Naruto finds a way to make it happen. And so I don't think that, you know, you'll see a scenario like with Death Note where the main character dies. I don't think you'll see a scenario where it's like Code Geass where Lelouch ends up falling at the end of the series and it ends up being a bittersweet ending. I don't think that Kodachi has the balls to write something like that. I really don't. Like, I know Kishimoto gave him the ultimate green light. Any character that you feel you need to kill in order to tell the best possible story, have at it. I know Kishimoto gave him that opportunity, and in particular told him, like, you can do it with the older generation, but I don't think that that's the route that he will actually take. However, I think that presenting the possibility, the real possibility that Boruto as we know him will cease to exist the moment that the Karma Seal takes him over, that in itself adds real tension. So it really makes me wonder, is this going to be potentially a route that they tease? Is this going to be something that they tease and potentially follow through with? And if they do decide to do that, how exactly are they going to get to that end point? Now, the thing I love about this is that it puts Naruto in a situation where he has to make that tough decision. And we've seen Naruto make the tough decision when it doesn't relate to his children. Like scolding Boruto because he cheated using a scientific ninja weapon tool, that's one thing. But basically admitting that your son is essentially going to suffer, Momoshiki is going to take him over, this alien vessel is going to take over your son, and the son that you brought into this world will never cease to exist. Your son will never be able to enjoy the things of adulthood. Maybe the most humane thing you can do is actually kill your son and potentially look at somebody like Sasuke and give a wink wink nudge and say, hey, Rennie rebirth. It might come with the sacrifice, especially when you consider the stuff that was written in the war arc where it's a life for a life jutsu. Hey, it might come with a sacrifice, but you love this kid as much as I do. That might be Sasuke's final atonement to revive Boruto after they actually kill him. Again, I don't think that that's the route they're gonna take, but I think we're in a situation where all potential angles need to be considered. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think that we're at a point now where killing Boruto is an option that will be on the table, but it's not something that's actually going to happen? Or do you think that they're going to follow through with it and Naruto's going to have to make the heartbreaking decision to essentially offer his son up for death? Because that's some real biblical shit. That's some real biblical shit. Like, those of you guys who are familiar with the Bible, I believe it was Abraham had to offer his son as a sacrifice. That's gonna be very interesting to see if this is one of those things where Boruto gets offered but he's not necessarily killed, or Naruto's prepared to make that offering and it doesn't actually follow through, where they find something last minute and it's because of Naruto's faith, you know, because he makes that tough decision, they're able to make the one option to actually save his son. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, but as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Have an awesome day, guys.